Hey everyone, Mike Mulligan here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am a certified orientation and mobility specialist, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how tight to hold the grip of a white cane. All right, let's do this. All right, so when you use a white cane, it's important that you find a good balance between how tight you're holding onto the cane and how loose you're holding onto the cane. You don't want to hold onto the cane too tight or too loose because both of those will cause problems, which I'll explain right now. So first, if you're holding onto the cane too tight, and what I mean by that is you're holding onto the handle. I have a white cane here in my hand and I'm kind of grabbing onto the handle to demonstrate. But if you're grabbing onto the handle where you just feel like you're using all your force and you're just really tense and rigid, that is probably too tight. And the reason you don't want to be holding the cane too tight is there's a few downsides to that. One, you're going to get tired quicker. It just takes more energy to be rigid and holding on with a lot more force. That's just going to tire you out quicker. Two, if you're going out in the environment and you're really holding on really tight to the cane, if you come in contact with an object, that force is going to be projected more through your arm and could just be a little bit more jarring or even painful. And then three is if you're using the cane and you're holding it very rigid by the handle, it's going to be harder to feel the tactile input that the cane is telling you from the floor. So those are a few of the reasons why holding onto the cane really tight and rigid is not a good way to go. And on the opposite end, you don't want to be holding the cane grip too loose that if you're traveling, it falls out of your hand. I was actually working with somebody once. They were trying to cross the street and the cane, because they were holding it so loose, just fell out of their hand. And that's really the last place you want to drop your cane, is when you're in the middle of a busy street crossing. So it's really important to find the balance between the two. You don't want to be holding the cane too tight or too loose. An example a friend recently gave to me that I think is pretty helpful and a good way to picture how tight to be holding onto the cane is pretend you're holding a baby bird in one of your hands. If you're holding a baby bird in one of your hands, if you squeeze too hard, you're going to either hurt or even kill the bird. And if you're holding too loose, the bird might fall out of your hand. So it's the in-between. So you're holding the baby bird firm enough that it stays in your hand, but you're not hurting it. So now I'd like to just give you a quick demonstration of me holding the cane in a few different ways and just showing you how I balance not holding the cane too tight or too loose. All right, so now I'm just going to do a quick demonstration here on what it looks like to hold the cane in the balanced way. So first I'm going to demonstrate using index finger grip. So right now I have a white cane in my right hand. It's extended out in front of me, so my cane tip is at 12 o'clock or straight ahead. I am holding on to the grip with my right hand. It's a black grip and it has a flat side to it. So first I'm going to demonstrate with index finger grip. So for index finger grip, extending my index finger out onto the flat black part of the grip. My thumb wraps over the top and my other three fingers wrap underneath the bottom. And right now I have found a pretty good balance of it being not too tight and not too loose. So if it's too tight, I'd be very rigid and squeezing really hard. If it's too loose, I'd be worried about the cane falling out. But right now I'm in index finger grip. Feels like a very good balance. And then for my next way of holding the cane, I'm going to do thumb grasp or thumb grip. So I'm holding on now with my thumb extended onto the flat part of the cane again. Now all four of my other fingers are wrapped underneath the cane. Again, wanting to find the balance, so not too rigid that I'm like squeezing or trying to break the cane, and not too loose that, again, it's falling out of my hand. So that's thumb grip. And then last I want to show you is pencil grip. So pencil grip is a little different, but you're holding it like a pencil. And if you want more details on all these, I have a little more in-depth videos too. But you have the cane resting in the kind of crook between your thumb and your index finger. And then your thumb and index finger wrap around. And then either your 3 or 2 of your other fingers are underneath the cane. But again, here I'm just really focusing on the cane not being too tight. You're not holding onto the cane too tight or too loose that it's going to fall out. So that's just a quick little demonstration of what it looks like when you use the different grips. So index finger grip, thumb grip, pencil grip. Again, not too tight or too loose. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this video was helpful in learning a little bit about how tight to be holding on to the grip of a cane. And thank you so much for joining me. And if you're feeling up for it, please subscribe to my channel. And if you click that little bell icon, you'll be alerted when a new video is available. And have a wonderful day.